Hello, everybody, and good morning. This is Ed from The Morning Goals, your coach. I'm super excited to be here with you this Thursday morning. As always, we're streaming this live on Clubhouse, on YouTube, and on Facebook, I believe, or LinkedIn, one of those. But super excited that we're here today. So today we're going to talk about the big picture and what that means. So let's kind of take a step back before we talk about the big picture. You all have heard of the saying carpe diem, which means live for today or live for now. And a lot of people take that to heart. And I hear some people who are traveling the world or doing different activities, and they're always like, oh, carpe diem, live for now. I'm going to spend all my money and have the best night of my life, right? And that's awesome. And that's a great way to live life. Something that I always say, though, is to live now and in the present, but plan for the future, right? Because eventually we slow down a little bit. We have a family that we have obligations towards, but also things happen, right? And so living for the day is fantastic, and having those moments, those mini vacations, those memories are so important and are part of all of our lives. You need those. And if you're not having those, if you're not living a little bit, that's another conversation. But what I always say is plan for the future. Live for now, have those moments, but plan for the future. So today's topic was or is the big picture and your life's big picture. And so I'm going to throw out some words out there or ask you some questions. So what is your purpose in life? So think about that for a second. What is your purpose? Now, a lot of people put their purpose, or their purpose depends on other people. So for example, if you're a mother, you might say your purpose is for my kids, right? So you wanting to help them and providing for your kids is actually not your purpose. It's their big picture. You're helping them. You've taken that responsibility off of yourself and you've tied it to other people, right? So what's your purpose? Slightly different question. What's your mission? What's your mission in life? Okay, so your mission in life might be helping people. Your mission in life might be making sure your kids go to college or have an easier or better life than you did, right? So that's a mission of why you wake up or why you are living and why you are working, right? And then lastly, so we have mission, we have purpose. And the other thing I always say is, why are we working so hard? Why are we, struggling? What are the things that you need in your life, right? In your life to proceed, right? So what's your purpose? The whys, the hows, the whos, but let's take it back to you, right? So let's not tie our purpose to other people. Let's tie it to yourself. So today's big picture conversation is we're going to talk about the past, present, and future. So let's look at the past. So 10 years ago, looking back from today into the past, whatever you did in your life, whatever you worked on and traveled or whatever you did, your friends back then, would today's you tell that you that was your purpose in life? That was your big picture, that was your purpose? Probably not. So mine would say maybe some of it, right? I've always been a planner and kind of worked towards different things, but chances are mine might say, well, I'm not sure if that was exactly your purpose or if exactly that's where you want to go. So today I am a business coach. I know for a fact 10 years ago, I had not thought about business coaching as part of my life, my mission, my big picture. So the answer, I guess, would be probably not, no. Now, let's think about today and ask yourself, are you living your big picture? Are you living your mission? And are you living your vision? Possibly, right? So as a coach, I got into coaching because I did want to help people. I did want to be able to travel and have some flexibility and some financial flexibility and freedom as well with that, right? And so I would say I'm getting closer, but also I've also been intentional about moving towards that picture. And that's why I started the morning goals, because I was like, hey, what makes me happy? What do I want to do in this next phase of my life? Not just what I do to make money, which is language training, which I love and it's my baby, but also what are the things that are going to move me towards a potential retirement in the future, right? Or move me towards spending time with my family in the near future more, right? So I can have that flexibility. You know, being a virtual coach, I can coach from anywhere in the world, right? And so it gives me some of that flexibility. And then the other part of it is let's talk about and look into the future. So where do you want to be in 10 years, right? That's the big picture. Where do you want to be in 10 years, 20 years, 50 years for those of you who are babies out there? What do you want to be? And then the other question is, from now until then, have you created that roadmap to get there, right? So chances are on some of those are probably no, I'm not there yet. No, I didn't live and do the things that I wanted to do. So a lot of these may be no's. Okay. Now, how are we going to get there? So let's talk about that big picture. So there's a quote here that I have. It says, the two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why. So for a lot of people, they're always asking why this, why is this happening to me? Why am I going through this? Why am I working so hard, right? So we're focused on the why, right? And that drags us into the past, brings up feelings that we don't want to maybe experience or to have. And then we always have that creates this negativity in our lives, right? So why do you want to do these things? So I tell people your why is now, right? So whatever you're doing, whatever's happening, your why is now. That is a big picture thing. Now that sounds silly because it's not very tangible, right? But your why is now. Whatever you're doing right now, I tell everybody that's where you're supposed to be. Wherever you are, whether it's Texas or New Mexico or Colorado, in a small town or a big town, that's where you need to be now for whatever reason, right? And that's your now. But the question now is, where are you going from there? And I always talk about this experience a lot because it affected me. And I always tell people this story of what drives me into the future. How do I gauge different business opportunities? How do I focus on my future, right? So I personally have experienced a lot of death in my life. And in 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I was reflecting on sort of this sadness and this grieving process that I was going through. And one of the things that I focused on was what makes me happy. And this is a story that I tell often. And so I summarized I synthesized everything into 3 words. So one is travel, second one is people, and then the third one is languages. And so I sat with that for a while. I was like, okay, well, so what now with these 3 words that make me happy, right? That's my big picture. That's my motto, right? We have a motto or a tagline. And mine were travel, people, and languages. And I've said that for a while. Now, how did I convert that into my big picture? So as I start new businesses, invest in opportunities, work on myself, go on vacation, possibly start projects with other people, I always ask myself, and I have these words written, this motto written, of travel, people, and languages. And I ask myself, if this opportunity to travel or to go somewhere or to invest my money or to start a new business meets 2.5 of those words, then I think I'm going to give it a go. And I also think that it's going to also bring in money, right? So if I follow my life's motto and my life's picture and big vision, then money is going to come with that because I'm going to manifest. That money is going to come. And I have to say that ever since I did that exercise, it's true, right? It's been able to, I've been able to do things. I started the morning goals and met two incredible colleagues who I have come to adore and love dearly. I've taken on other projects where I can meet people and have discussions and talk about different things and learn. I'm a life learner. So these 2.5 words, right? These 3 words have allowed me to explore the world in different ways from different perspectives, from Harvard professors to artificial intelligence PhDs to finance people to your housewife trying to get back to work to veterans. So a lot of these things, I want you now to think about 3 words that can define your life, right? And it might be your children, but try to be a little selfish and think about yourself for just one moment and think about the things that make you happy, right? And the things that make you, and that I would say is your big picture. Okay, so now that you have those 3 words, I want you to write them down and look at them. So every time somebody asks you a favor, every time you go somewhere, every time you do something, ask yourself, does this meet my criteria? And if it doesn't, if it makes you feel icky, if it makes you have butterflies in your stomach, then don't do it. Try that for a little bit and see if you can apply. And you might have to readjust those words, right? Those words are living words. It's a living motto. And in different stages of your life, those things might change, and that's completely okay. So I have 2 questions from Clubhouse. So one, are there any downsides to keeping a big picture mindset? Yes, absolutely. So if you're always looking in the future, that you run the risk of wanting more, right? We say the grass is greener on the other side, and it is so true. So when I was young, much younger than I am today, I was working in a high-powered, very successful finance company surrounded by millionaires, young millionaires that had inherited their money. And I always wanted more, and they had it easy because they had inherited or stepped into these roles based on their family and their family wealth. And I always wanted more. And what happened? I became miserable because I was always looking, when am I going to get that money? When am I going to have it easy? When am I going to get this success that they have? And I realized that was sacrificing my happiness right now and preventing me from living and experiencing moments. So I would say be careful. The big picture is important. Moving towards the future and driving that car or that vehicle that is moving you forward, keep moving. It will help you keep moving, but also don't forget to live in the now, right? So I have another quote that says, give yourself permission to live a big life. Step into who you are meant to be. Stop playing small, and you're meant for greater things, right? So don't be too cautious, but keep moving forward. Live a big life. Question 2, any advice on identifying my 3 words to help identify my big picture? So my 3 words. So the society that we live in usually is defined, there's the word success, and success is usually defined by money. So I would say think abstractly. What things could you be doing or want to have or want to experience that you can keep reliving and experiencing and doing on an ongoing basis, whether you're 20 years old or you're 70 years old, right? So chances are 3 words already came to mind. They may sound or feel a little abstract. You might ask yourself, how am I going to apply this to business, right? So let's say you're an adventurer and you love climbing and you love the exhilaration of stuff, and maybe your word is adventure or adventurous. Well, in business and finance, there are adventurous opportunities and interesting places and adventurous places that you could go to do business. How does adventurous what does that have to do with my family? Well, it might be that your family is a little too routine and too boring, and you might need to spice up their lives a little bit by going on a little bit more active vacations, right? So you can apply adventurous into different words, right? So chances are you probably already know the words. Two, don't be afraid to keep them abstract, and then you'll make the connection when it's appropriate, in my opinion. Okay, ideas on how you can keep going when it gets tough. The big picture of life. So the big picture of our lives is one that is nice and pretty and successful and happy generally. But as we all know, life is tough. Life throws obstacles in our way. And things happen that are out of our control. And so what I would say is, number one, focus on the things that you are in control of, right? So you may not be in control of what's happened to you, but you are in control of how you react to what's happened to you. So when life happens, think about or work on the things that are in your control, your emotions, your feelings, acknowledge how you feel, but then try to move forward. And that's sometimes hard for a lot of people because of the trauma they're experiencing or things that they're experiencing. But you are in control of some things in your life. So focus on the things that you're in control of. And then the things that you're not in control of, I would say, work on those things, or work on figuring that part of your life out, again, through different ways. So when the tough gets going, lean in on your friends and your cheerleaders. You should all have cheerleaders out there, the people who are supporting you, who are helping you forge ahead in life. Take care of yourself so that we always have this imagery of when the oxygen on the airplane stops and the oxygen masks come down, the adult, what do they do first before they help the kid, right? They put on their oxygen mask first before they're able to help their kids and the kids, and then you put the oxygen mask on the kids after you take care of yourself. So when life gets tough and things happen, take care of yourself. Give permission to put your oxygen mask on first before you help other people. Okay, everybody. So with that, your big picture, 3 words is going to be your motto. That's going to define your big picture. Don't forget, though, to allow yourself to have a big life, experience and be present. I am not going to say carpe diem, but that's a little bit different. So be present, have experiences, enjoy those experiences, but plan for the future. That is your big picture. Okay, everybody, let's wrap up. So with that, so everybody on Clubhouse, thank you all very much. Today, we are going to, or this Sunday, we'll release our blog post, which has to do with the big picture. We'll post this around as well. And if you have any questions, please visit me at themorninggoals.com. That's themorninggoals.com. And you can also follow us on social media at The Morning Goals. So with that, find your big picture, write the 3 words that will define your life and your life's opportunities in front of you, so that way you're seeing them on a regular basis. Change them if you have to. And don't forget, live in the present, but plan for the future. With that, thank you and have a great morning.